Guys, it's Lilu here. So I wanted to do a little quick vlog because I haven't done one for quite a while now since my CBT. So just a little update as much as I can within like a 10-minute period of what's been going on. So firstly, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and that you had a really lovely time with your family and friends over the Christmas period. Firstly, I think the first thing I want to talk about is the big change in my life, which is now that I'm single. So in August time last year, just after my CBT, I was feeling a change within inside of me. I was feeling very unhappy. I was feeling like I needed to change lots of aspects of my life. And I had been quite unhappy in my relationship for some time with lots of different areas really, mainly communication and affection and attention and those kinds of things. And as a woman, especially where I'm quite an insecure person, sometimes occasionally needy, having affection and communication is incredibly important to me, and that wasn't happening in my relationship for the best part of a year. And there was lots of different kinds of things that were going on as well that had upset me. So I decided in August that we needed to go on a break and work on those things and see if those things would change at all. Tom then moved out back in with his mum at the start of October, so I was on my own in the flat. And then over the period of a month, he was coming and getting bits of his stuff and taking them, which effectively left the flat in a bit of a state and a bit of a mess, and I wanted to change it to make it look very me. So I have been doing that. I'm sat in my spare room at the moment and it's looking absolutely fantastic. It's really me now. It's my little spiritual space. I'm sat on a little cushion that I made out of various different Indian bits of material and put together. So I've got cushions on the floor here. There's a futon just behind the camera with which people can stay on. It's finally a functional, clean, fresh space, and it's not full of bikes and grease and oil and stuff like that, which is just fantastic. It's also a place I can come and do my crochet, play guitar, meditate, reflect, those kinds of things. So it's just a really different vibe and a different room and a functional space. So yeah, he moved his stuff out, left this room very clear. We went on holiday in November, which was absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but we got on fine. But it was at that time we was on holiday and we was doing lots of things with friends, and obviously he shared a room with his mate Dee and I shared a room with the girls, so we were separate rooms and we kept it separate. It was in that time that he wasn't making much effort to really change things. He wasn't fighting for me. He was just quite distant. I guess I was quite distant as well, but I was trying hard to be, amicable and friendly and everything else. And I think it was that point that I knew that the relationship was over. So when we came home, I made a decision to end the relationship. Of course, it's upsetting. 4.5 years spending with somebody is a very long time. We'd grown in a lot of ways together. We'd shared a lot of our lives together and interests and things like that. We had some fantastic memories and things. But when you know that the relationship has run its course and it's not making you happy anymore, which it wasn't, I just knew that it was over. And I think that it was very different of me to do something like that, because normally I stay in relationships for as long as ever and then I wait for a catalyst to come along to kind of ruin it. But this was actually a very adult, mature decision of mine, and something that I've done from just knowing that I'm 32 years old now and I don't want to be wasting my time with someone that makes me unhappy, and someone that I feel unfulfilled with, and someone that I don't see a long-term future with or to be settled with anymore. So that was a very big change for me, and which obviously Christmas was very different. The vibe was very different. I spent it with my dad, which was lovely because I hadn't spent time with my dad at Christmas for many years now, and that was really nice, and I saw my sisters and everything else. So Christmas was very different, a different vibe overall, and having the 10 days off work, being on in my flat on my own, was very odd as well, and I've been trying to find things to do. Obviously, I've now got a motorbike. I got one in November when I got back from holiday, and she is just stunningly beautiful. I call her Suki. She is a Suzuki GZ125 Maruda. She is absolutely gorgeous. She's like a rocker motorbike cruiser. I get a lot of looks when I'm on the street on her, riding her and stuff. But unfortunately, she's out of action at the moment and she's got a flat battery because I didn't use her very much over the Christmas period, and the battery's very old anyway and dead to the world. So I need to get a new battery for her to get her back up and running, and then I'll be riding into work this year and getting some use out of her. But yeah, I mean, generally life is very different now. I'm focused on very different things. I have made myself some New Year's resolutions, primarily to be more creative, to be kinder to myself, to learn to love myself more, to kind of let go of past issues and just make better choices and better decisions, because I may have this pattern of jumping into relationships with the wrong people and doing things to other people. I give way too much to the point of where it emotionally and financially cripples me, and that was one of the big factors in my relationship with Tom. I just gave and gave and gave, and I wasn't getting anything back. Not that I expected it, but certainly it was very, very unfair, a very unbalanced relationship, and I can't do that anymore. I can't give anymore, financially or emotionally, and I have to start looking after myself first and foremost, and focusing on my family and my friends and my happiness and my general well-being overall. So I feel much calmer in myself. The house has a completely different vibe now. It's not negative, it's not dense. I come home and the flat is exactly how I left it. It's clean, it's tidy. I feel motivated to clean the place. The spare room is just a beautiful space to be in, and I feel energized. I feel like I have motivation to play my guitar. I have motivation to be creative. I want to do all the things that I used to do when I was a teenager now. I want to see gigs, I want to do concerts, I want to do shit like that, you know, stuff that I've put on the back burner and felt really unmotivated for a long time, or that I've dabbled in but not really felt it, you know. And I just feel like this year is going to be a really big change. I feel like there's a lot of good positive things coming in. I want to be in love. I want to be totally blown away by somebody, you know. I don't want to just settle for somebody and enjoy their friendship and enjoy their company and love them as a person but never be in love. And that was one of the things that I've been doing often, like with the last couple of relationships. I've been with someone because I felt comfortable rather than because I've been completely loved up with them. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be in love. I want to be happy. I want to feel that I have something, you know, that I have a future and that I can move on and I can make a new life and do whatever, you know. So I'm having a really big change, you know, mentally, and I've got a really big sort of spiritual shift as well, where I feel very focused on being a lot more open-minded and learning new things and attending kind of spiritual groups and that, and doing my card readings and stuff like that. So again, lots of things are kind of growing. I feel like I'm growing inside rather than that I'm feeling quite stagnant and stale and everything's at a standstill in my life. So I think overall, this has been a very positive change, even though it doesn't feel positive necessarily some days. Some days I feel really sad. Of course I still get upset. Of course I feel down and miss Tom sometimes. You know, there's certain things that have changed, like people I associate with. My routine has completely changed. Motivating myself to get up every morning on my own, it's very different. So yeah, there has been a lot of things that I need to kind of adjust and adapt to. But for the most part, I think that this change is good. So I hope that your lives are all kind of changing in a really positive way too. I feel like at the moment there is a lot of people who are having big shifts in their life, whether it's new relationships, new careers, hanging out with new people, cutting cords with certain things. I feel like this is a really big period of change at the moment for a lot of people. So I hope that everybody's having this kind of positive adjustment in their lives as well. And last thing I wanted to kind of touch on before my time runs out is I'm wearing Lemme Kat Von D eyeshadow today, because Lemmy obviously passed away just after Christmas, which was very, very sad. So rest in peace, Lemmy. You're a fucking awesome icon, and I hope that your music lives on forever. It will live on forever, and it's just a really sad time for the rock and roll community. It's just been very awful, but I'm wearing Lemmy eyeshadow today in memory of him. So peace out, dudes, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.